Fabulous. Let's begin. Let's start this workshop. And today we're looking at cultivating gratitude. And it's one of those buzz sayings of an attitude of gratitude, which I will be completely honest, I cannot stand that phrase. And yet what it means, I greatly respect and understand. It's just one of those buzz terms that I can't be doing with. And so in this session, we're going to look at why should we develop an attitude of gratitude? I said it. I knew. I didn't want to, but we have done anyway. Why is it good to foster and develop gratitude in our lives? What are the benefits that come from it? And then we're going to do some meditation as well, and we're going to go into a little bit of hypnosis in this as well to hopefully plant some seeds to help boost your awareness of those things to be grateful for in your life, to boost that feeling of gratitude. And there's been a lot of studies done. Harvard University in America especially has done a lot of studies into the benefits of being grateful in our lives. And two of the main ones which echo and benefit most people, I think, nowadays, is that people who have a gratitude practice, people who are more grateful in life, show less signs of depression and lower levels of anxiety compared with people who do not practice and do not have a gratitude practice. This in turn, which is something I'd never actually really thought about, but obviously depression and anxiety affect our minds, but what affects our mind also affects our body. And if we're anxious all the time, if we're depressed, it actually has an effect on the health of our heart. And the less depressed we are, the less anxious are, the healthier and happier our hearts can be. On the physical level, I'm not talking kind of just on the emotional level. So gratitude, through lowering depression and helping people get through depression and through lowering anxiety, also gives us physical benefits as well. It relieves stress, which then in turn helps improve sleep. People who practice gratitude on average tend to be better sleepers than people who don't. We also gain an improved focus when we're more grateful in life. Our self-esteem, how we feel about ourselves. If we're noticing every day the little things to be grateful for, like this morning when I went out and when Fee's working, I'll go down and walk to the car with her and then walk back. And as I walk back, I'm looking up the street and there's a slight mist running through the street and there's that wonderful sunlight that we get at this time of year, especially at the moment. As you can tell, it's a bit hot today. And I just stopped for a moment and just spoke it out to the scene in front of me. Thank you, because it was just a beautiful moment. And there are lots of these moments. People who practice gratitude tend to be more patient, and it also enhances our social interactions, how we relate to people, how we connect to people, and even in times of difficulty with other people, by focusing on what we can still be grateful for, either in people or situations, it can change how we feel about those situations. It can change how we view those situations. And for those of us who've been on different things before, you'll have heard, I took a drink then because this next word, I always struggle to get this name right. You'll have heard me talk in the past about the reticular activating system. I got it right. RAS, reticular activating system. This is the part of our mind that basically looks out into the world through awareness to find the things that back up our version of reality, what we're telling ourselves about reality. The famous experiment which I've quoted elsewhere in the past is 100 students where they had a corridor to walk down. 50 of those students, the numbers might be more actually, but at least 50 of those students were people who thought good things happened to them. Life was a blessing. 50 of those students were people who thought nothing good ever happens and you have to struggle in life. And all they were told was they had to walk down this corridor. Halfway down this corridor, there's a table. Underneath the table is a roll of money. And if they spotted it, they got to keep it. And so they go down this corridor, and without fail, almost all of the 50 people who believe life's good and good things happen to them spotted the money, picked it up. And almost all of the other 50 who thought life was difficult and struggle, nothing good ever happened to them, they all didn't find the money. They could walk down the corridor. They didn't know it was there. None of them knew it was there until after the experiment, other than those that saw it on the way. So the reticular activating system tunes us in like a radio, really, to the frequency of how we perceive life. So in developing a practice of gratitude, in developing and working with that, we are basically tuning in our mental radio. So the more things we start noticing to be grateful for, the more things we can start to notice to be grateful for. I'll say that again. The more things we notice to be grateful for, the more things we can notice to be grateful for. And you can notice more things to be grateful for. This then in turn gives us those benefits. It makes us more positive. It lifts us. It makes us feel better about our human experience. You know, that's the essence of why I do what I do, because I want people to feel good about their human experience. So it helps lower that stress. It helps bring down depression. People have got through and got rid of their depression through practicing gratitude. It really does. Every time we're grateful for something, it releases some nice chemicals in the brain. And even if that's just a little bit, it makes us feel good for a moment. The more we do that, the more we're going to feel good. Simple logic, but it works. There are a few things that will get in the way. There are a few things that get in the way of gratitude. Envy. Envy is one of them. Wishing your life was like somebody else's. Comparison actually is another. Seeing somebody with something and envying it, wishing it was yours, wanting it yourself. You're not being grateful when you're being envious. It's quite the opposite. Materialism. Believing that having things will make you happy. When I have the job, when I have the car, when I have this, when I have that, I will be happy. As Buddhism points out, all things change and all things come to an end. So, you know, the nice car you get only takes one bump for that to no longer be a nice car. Does that car make you happy? No. A house. I remember walking along a lane, seeing a beautiful, it was up for sale. Gorgeous, idyllic, beautiful black and white cottage. And I stood there, wow, it's up for sale. I'd love to live there. And then I found myself stepping back and going, well, actually, if I lived there, the garden there was beautiful. I'm not a gardener. My garden definitely would not look like that. In fact, it would probably just be a lawn. And then the grass would probably be long and need cutting. State of the building, it was beautiful as it was, but if I was living there, I would have to pay for the thatching, the painting, the maintenance. It's probably grade 2 listed building, so therefore, and suddenly I started seeing all these things that if I owned it, if I was attached to that house, it would take away my enjoyment, it would take my happiness. That materialism I want, would not make me happy. And in realizing that, I was able to sit back and just go, wow, thank you. Thank you for being able to see this beautiful house. I enjoyed it more that way, being grateful for the moment of seeing the house than I ever would if I owned it. Cynicism. Cynicism is another thing that will get in the way. if we're not careful of gratitude. You know, gratitude is not just about being grateful for the things we see, it's for the food we eat, it's for the time we spend with friends, it's for the experiences with other people and the experiences life gives us. But if we're cynical, if we think people only do things because they're out for themselves or because they only want stuff from us, it's difficult then to be grateful. If you're self-centered, the only thing you can be thankful for is yourself. Yeah, say no more. So you can either be thankful for everything or just you, because the world revolves around you. So self-centeredness really can get in the way of gratitude. And as much as gratitude can help alleviate stress, anxiety, and depression, can make it hard for us to feel grateful, which is where having a practice or several gratitude practices come in. So I just want to look at those ideas and what we can do to start now building that gratitude practice into everyday life. I'm going to start off, because this is IMeditate, we've got to mention meditation. Meditation, mindfulness are two wonderful ways to develop gratitude in our lives. Meditation allows us to stop, to be still, to observe our human experience, and in doing so we can see more of those things to be grateful. Mindfulness, in fact, really any practice of gratitude is an act of mindfulness, because you're making yourself more aware of those things that you can now be more aware of, that you are grateful for. Another great practice, and people don't realize this quite often, but Reiki. Now, quite often when you say that, and you spoke to me a few years back about it, I remember I was like, yeah, it's there, but it's just full of people going, oh, I can cure you, I can heal you. And actually, that's not what it originally set out as. That's not what it started off as. It's actually originally a way of developing and growing spiritually as a human being. And part of the practice of Reiki is they have 5, precepts, 5 statements for how to live every day. Do not anger, do not worry, be humble, be honest in your work, and be compassionate to yourself and others. Really great things to lead your life by. Be humble has been changed by the Western world to be grateful. But a humble person is grateful. A humble part of the quality of being humble is you are grateful for those small things in life. So I personally prefer keeping it as be humble. But actually learning a bit about Reiki, learning the meditations, learning things like the precepts and the practices there can help foster and develop that sense of gratitude as well. Very popular at the moment, keeping a gratitude journal. Every day, just sit down, go back through your day and write down anything and everything you can think of that you're grateful for. Remember, the more you do this, the more you're tuning your mind in. A great thing to do would just be to start your day by saying to yourself, I wonder how many things I can be grateful for today. Your mind has to answer a question when you put it to it. So your mind will answer that question by finding lots. And if you've asked that question every day, then each day you're going to be finding lots more things to be grateful for. A very simple way, one we've been taught from children, really. Sorry, or should I say since we were children, is to say thank you to people. Someone opens a door for you, does something for you, say thank you. If you're driving and someone lets you out, wave, be thankful. You can take it a step further, like there's where I live in town, we're next door to a delicatessen with a lovely little cafe, and there's a lady out there, Rose, and I call her the Rainbow Lady because she's on a mobility scooter and she's got a rainbow knitted woolen hat, a rainbow scarf, sometimes she's got a rainbow jumper on, and on the greyest of days she sits out under the awning having a brew, and and just brings colour wherever she goes. And after I'd seen her around a few times, I just went up to her and said, "Look, I just want to say thank you for wearing the colour you do and for looking the way you do. It's wonderful." And gratitude is a gift. When we give gratitude that way, it's a gift which also in turn, it makes somebody else feel good. Gratitude makes people around us feel good, makes us feel good as well. That's a win-win situation. Right, thank you notes. Little thank you notes, if you've got friends or partners or whatever, just a little note, little post-it note, stick it up in their fridge, don't tell them. And then next time they go in to get a beer or something and they open it up and there's this note that just says, "Thank you from Jason," or "Thank you for being you." The more thanks you give out, the more gratitude you give out, the more gratitude you feel. And the more gratitude you feel, the better the world appears to you. Another way, and this takes a little bit more work, is to look at past experiences. And we can look through our pasts, and we all have times in our lives where we go, "That was not great. That was not necessarily a good time in my life. Maybe it feels a bit unresolved. Maybe there's difficulties there." And if we're looking at what's wrong with it, you're just going to find what's wrong with it. However, what can we be grateful for in those times? What lessons did we learn? What happened because that happened that then was a good thing? Classic example for that is when Fee and me met. And if my life hadn't happened the way it had happened and hers hadn't, we would not have met when we met. We wouldn't be together now. And even though some of those things that had happened weren't the best of things, they eventually led to something that's really good. And so then, that's taking a bad situation and looking for the light in it. Taking a situation, whether it's falling out with people, whether it's an accident that's happened or something in the past, and going, "Okay, that wasn't good, but what lessons can I learn from that? What came about after that was good? And actually, if that hadn't have happened, that possibly wouldn't have happened." And then be grateful for those things. Look for gratitude in all situations. And when doing that, we reframe. It's a popular NLP technique and hypnosis technique, reframing how we're viewing something, changing our perspective on it. Change how you're looking at something, you change how you feel about it. I've got a picture up here. It's a woodblock print of St. Aidan. And when I first got it, I had it in a frame, and it was, I got it and I was a bit disappointed. I was a bit like, look better on the internet, one of those. And I could have just kept it that way. But then I would always been a bit like, However, I found a different frame and I thought, I wonder. Got it home, swapped it, put it in. Suddenly, I love it. It's up there now. I look at it every day. Because it's been reframed. But reframing how we think about something, or reframing our focus, shifting our focus in a situation, changes how we experience it, changes how we feel about it. And sometimes that can take a bit of work. Sometimes we have to let our ego go and work for the greater good of ourselves. But you can do it. That's the thing. You can do it. And again, if we can't thank people verbally or with a note or an email or however you want to message them, we can thank people mentally. If somebody does something for us and maybe, it's a quick thing and then they're gone, we might not be able to, it might be a stranger, we might not be able to say thank you directly to them. But to mentally go, thank you, see yourself saying thank you, put your hand on that person's shoulder, thank you, that's amazing, thank you, is again another way we can do this. And two more ways, one of which some of you may all do already, especially a bit like the meditation, and is to pray. Is to pray those things every day that you're grateful for. And some people will be watching this and thinking, but I don't believe in God and blah, blah, blah. You don't have to believe in God to pray. Not prayers of gratitude. You can light a candle at the end of every day and just sit quietly and just say it out loud. Today I am thankful for the food in my stomach, the opportunity to earn money, the people that I've laughed with, the journey home where it was really quiet on the roads for a change, so many things. And just say thank you. If you don't believe in a divinity of any form, then just thank yourself, your higher self, this experience of you, for allowing you to experience that moment of fellowship, that moment of beauty. Gratitude is truly something that will enrich your day. It's a treasure, but it doesn't just enrich your day. It will enrich everybody's day. That's the talk a bit, and hopefully there's some food for thought there. You can obviously be able to rewatch this as many times as you like to be able to take from it what you can. I'm just grateful that you're listening to this. We're going to now go into some meditation, some hypnosis, and for this, there's not much to do. Not much to do from your side of things. Just relax the best you can. Follow the instructions the best you can. If I ask you to picture stuff, imagine stuff, don't worry if you're not seeing it like a video. Just think about it, however you think about it. Make sure you're not going to be disturbed, and we'll begin by having a stretch and a fidget. We'll begin by taking 3 wonderful deep breaths together. And I don't know whether you'll relax and drift into this relaxation and meditation on the first breath, whether it'll be the second breath where you drift into this, or maybe the third where you can drift into this just inner focus and relaxation. But whenever it is you choose to go into that meditation, then my voice will go with you. Taking a deep breath in, hold it, just breathe out. Breathing in, hold it, and breathe out. Breathing in, hold it, and breathe out. And just return to your natural breath. The gentle rise and fall. Your own natural rhythm, your own natural tide. And it's good to relax. The more you relax, the better you can feel. The better you feel, the more you can relax now with every moment, every breath, every word, every action, helping you relax as you're sat or lying there listening to this, aware of my voice and the temperature in the room round about you, as you continue to relax now. And just follow that breath. Follow it in through the nose all the way down. Feel the belly expanding as you breathe in deeper, and then follow it back out, all the way back out. Just keep following that breath. If your mind drifts for a moment, that's okay. The moment you notice that, just return yourself back. Turn yourself back to your breath again. Something people worry about, oh, my mind doesn't focus. But in a conversation, if you get distracted, you just go back to the conversation, and you can do that with your breath. I want you to become aware of the tips of your toes, allowing any tensions, any sense of tension to just soften. Moving that up through the feet, the heels, the ankles, again just softening any tensions. As if on a hot, warm day, just letting everything go loose, limp and heavy as that relaxation carries on up through the shins and the calves, releasing and softening any tensions. Through the knees, letting go of any discomfort, up through the upper legs to the hips, lower back and stomach, upper back and chest, just softening, relaxing. I wonder just how much you can relax now as you focus more down your arms, shoulders, elbows, wrists, tips of the fingers, and up through the neck to the jaw, up through the muscles of the face, around the back of the head to the top of the skull. Just relax. And take a few moments in silence to just scan through your body, and anywhere that you feel any tension, any discomfort, just take a nice, slow, enjoyable, deep breath. Breathing that oxygen into that space, and as you breathe out, just breathing out any tension. Just take some time, and I'll join you again in a moment. That's right. And I want you to begin to come into the awareness of something within the last day or so, or even today, for which you are grateful. Something someone's done, somewhere you've been, something you've experienced. Just something for which you're grateful. And once you've got that thing, really picture yourself back in that situation, in that moment, or picture yourself with that person or that pet or whatever that moment of gratitude is. Be there now. See the things you see, hear the things you hear. Get a sense and feel for that gratitude. And as you're doing that, I'm wondering what that is that allows you to discover more of that now and any time in the future. Being there, seeing that, sensing that, feeling that gratitude now, I want you to become aware of where you feel it within your body. For some people, that might be a warm feeling in their chest, maybe a sensation in the belly. It might be a feeling up or down the spine. It might be something that's more within the brain, within the mind. That sense, that feeling of gratitude. Become aware of where you feel that now. And now I want you to, in a moment, you'll hear me click my finger, and when I do, I want you to, whatever the first colour is that comes to mind, just picture that feeling of gratitude now, like that colour there, whatever that first colour is. Just see that feeling of gratitude wherever you feel it within you, that colour now, like an energy. And allow that energy to spin and flow within you. That sense of gratitude spinning and flowing within you. And just allow it to spin until it gets to a pace where it can just continue without you having to think about it. Spinning and flowing. And now, allowing that to continue by itself, I want you to think of another time when you felt grateful. Again, can be a recent time of gratitude. Bring it to mind. And having got that now, whatever that is, just be there in that situation again. Relive it. See it as you saw it, hear it as you hear it. Get a sense and a feel for it. Be there now. And even though I don't know what that is for you, I do know that you'll be aware of somewhere within your body again where you can feel that. And I'm just wondering if that feeling of gratitude starts in the same place as the last feeling of gratitude. Or do you experience different gratitudes within your body in different ways? Whichever that is, now allow that second feeling of gratitude to begin to spin and flow again within you. And in a moment you'll hear me click my finger. When I do that, you will get a colour that comes to you, again for that second gratitude, whatever colour that is now. And I don't know if it's the same colour as the last colour or whether it's a different colour that you have for this kind of gratitude, but whichever it is, allow that colour to be like an energy now and allow that to spin and flow within you also. Each flowing and spinning within you. Spiraling and spinning within you, weaving around each other. And I don't know whether they become one colour, or whether it remains as two colours, but just see that spinning and intertwining and flowing within you. Once it gets to the point where it can do this now all by itself, that's right, I want you to become aware of a third time of gratitude. A third time, think of something you're grateful for, something you're grateful for today. And be with that again. See it, hear it, get a sense and feel for that. Step into that. And as you do so, I wonder again, where is it that you can experience that sense of gratitude now within you. Does it start in the same place as the first, the second, or does it start in a completely new place? Wherever that gratitude starts for you now. When you hear me click my finger, get a colour for that now, the first colour that came to you. And see that gratitude, that sense of gratitude within you as an energy spinning and flowing within you. Mingling and mixing with the other 3, 2, 1. All mixing, all spinning. And now I want you to imagine that they're starting from the base of the spine, just spinning and weaving all 3 colours, all 3 lines of energy flowing up those gratitudes within you. And as they do so, they form a helix, like a DNA strand, running up through your body. That energy flowing, that gratitude flowing and spinning within you, strengthening that shape, that wonderful helix shape. As you begin at a deeper inner level to get an understanding and a feel of the DNA of gratitude, the structure of gratitude and how it is you can be grateful for many things in your life. And as that DNA strand of gratitude flows and spins within you, I want you to imagine it breaking off in a billion sections of 3 strands, entering into every cell of your body, every molecule of your body, each with a spiraling helix of gratitude, the DNA of gratitude implanted in every molecule and atom of your body. Like a tiny sun, like a tiny flame of gratitude illuminating and lighting for you all those areas, both in the past, the present, and in things to come, where you can discover deep levels of gratitude in the simple and everyday, and in the grandest of things and gestures. When is it you will begin to notice more things to be grateful for? As in your mind's eye you begin to see your body radiant and glowing with that energy, that light coming from each molecule and atom, that DNA of gratitude radiating out through you into your life. And even though you do not know every possible way yet, your inner self knows of all the places and all the times in your life there are things, moments and situations that lead from one to another. Some at the time may have seemed challenges, but something from each of those challenges becomes something that you can be grateful for. That's right. And take a moment in silence to allow that sense, that river of gratitude to begin to flow within you, bringing to awareness more and more things that you can be grateful for. And you can be more grateful in more aspects of your life from now on. People and places, situations and experiences, both past, present and yet to come. And in your mind's eye, picture yourself, feel yourself radiating out that gratitude into the world. That light. And as you do that, I want you to think of somebody you know who you like, for whom you are grateful. Imagine that person there with you. Picture them, see them, hear them. Sense their presence with you. And let that light of gratitude flow out from you and envelop them. Wrap them up in that love and that light of gratitude. And say to them, thank you for being you. And as the image of them fades, I want you to think of, within the last few days maybe, or in the past, a stranger, somebody you haven't known, who's conducted an act of kindness, done something for you. You didn't expect it, you weren't looking for it, but it happened. Just think of that person now. If it's in the past, you might not quite remember what they looked like, but just get a general human form that you know represents them. And again, reach out with that light of gratitude radiating out from your body and envelop them, wrap them in that wonderful light of gratitude. In your mind or out loud again, wrapping that person in that light of gratitude, just say thank you for being you. That's right. Allow the image of that person to fade, and there are many people who we pass by who we maybe never even really connect with. So in your mind's eye now, I want you to imagine a group of just random people that represent all people. Strangers in the street, the people who service in shops that we don't really know, but they're there. Maybe their community, maybe it goes beyond that, but just see a gathering of people that represent all people. And send that gratitude light out to them. Light them up, wrap them up in it, enfold them in that gratitude. And say in your mind or out loud, thank you for being you. Let the image of them fade. And sometimes when we give gratitude, it can be a challenge. But in that challenge, when we meet it, comes healing, release and freedom. So I want you to think of somebody that's crossed you, somebody that's upset you. Imagine them there. Now reach out with that light. Bathe them in it, wrap them in it. That light of gratitude. And even though you may not be aware of the reasons yet, there will be things even in these situations that you can be grateful for. Lessons learned. Things that happened off the back of that were better in life, that allowed other opportunities to arrive. So in your mind, say thank you for being you and all that you bring. And now finally imagine that light, that gratitude reaching out, emanating out from you, taking in the whole world, the planets, the stars, reaching out through creation, lighting up and enveloping the whole of creation. And we all know that whatever that is, it's much bigger than we're aware of now, but reaching out as far as you can to those limits, bathing it with that light and gratitude, and just saying out loud or to yourself in your mind, thank you for being you and all that you do. And finally, see an image of yourself. And reaching out with that gratitude and that light, that energy, just wrap yourself, that image of you, in that gratitude and light. Because whatever life has brought us wherever we are, it is us that allows us to have that experience, that very human experience of all those things we can be grateful for now. So say thank you to that image of yourself for all that you are and all that you do. And then reach out and embrace that you. Bring that you inside of you. That's right. And you can, from this day forward, begin to notice more things for which to be grateful. Some may be little things, the way the light catches a drop of rain, the song of a bird, the smell of food as you're walking down a street. So many wonderful things to be grateful for. And you can discover that it's easy, maybe easier than you thought, to be grateful for more aspects of your life. I wonder just how much more gratitude you can discover and feel within your life. And especially when you pick up one of the gratitude practices and integrate it into your daily routine, you can really move forward with the benefit to mind, body and spirit that a practice of gratitude will bring you. As that light begins to fade, knowing that within you now, within every cell and molecule, atom of your body, that wonderful DNA of gratitude energized and spinning within you. And I want you to think of 3 more things for which you are grateful. Each one of those things brings you back to normal everyday awareness, to everyday consciousness. And I'll count down from 3 to 1, and with each count, a new thing can pop into your mind, and each count brings you back to here, back to now. That's 3, 2, 1. Back here, back now. And all you need to do is stretch, have a fidget, feel good with that sense of gratitude, and excited about how much gratitude you can discover in your life. And as you're returning, just want to reiterate the real proven benefits of having a gratitude practice in your life, of being grateful, both to mental health, physical health, emotional health, and the number of ways that you can really enjoy, and you should enjoy this. Being grateful feels good. Sometimes being grateful takes a little humility. So I'll bring you back to the Reiki precepts of just for today. Be humble, be grateful. So you can practice mindfulness and meditation. A gratitude journal is a great way of really engaging with this. Thank you notes for people. Every opportunity you have to say thank you to someone, do it. Yeah, you can feel a bit self-conscious sometimes, a bit like when I said thank you to the lady for her wonderful, colourful clothes. But, once you've done that, it's only your own ego that's worrying about whether it'll be rejected. But if you're grateful for something, let the world know. Let yourself know. And finally, for one more practice idea, once a week, sit down with your favourite brew and just count your blessings. Those things each week for which you are truly grateful.